The Indian economy is unable to generate enough jobs for the millions that enter the job market every year. Furthermore, the jobs being created are informal, precarious, and low paid.
Informalization has become an accepted legal strategy now, all over the world. If we can subcontract some work to somebody and that person is willing to quote a much lower price than the others, then you are asked to go for that without looking into the plight of the people who suffer from that subcontracting. This is happening in not only in big cities but even in the villages.
Today in India, we have government says 38 crores, but best estimates, proper estimates tells us it's somewhere around 54 crore informal workers. So in a sense, you have massive informalization of work, casualization of work, and in a context where social security is minuscule, if at all, we have to escape those prisons of the past and sort of embrace those just and equitable futures. For instance, in Kerala, cooperatives regain relevance in the modern world. So that's what's happening. That is what this course is contextualized in.
Cooperatives could play a role in ensuring decent work for vulnerable workers.
Kerala has a history of all these things, whether it's in local governance, whether it is in cooperatives, and also collective movement. Because the entire history of Kerala, the unified Kerala, is dependent on this collective action. We would like to strengthen it. It's a struggle, basically it's a struggle. And that way, this coming together to learn about cooperatives brings us a lot of new inputs as well as new motivation kind of thing.
It is in this context that the Urban Action School organized a 7-day workshop, Cooperatives and Decent Work, Model for Sustainable Economic Futures.
We have selected the participants who can gain from this 7 days course, where we have invited speakers and most importantly from the Kerala experience, which has a lot to offer in terms of creating cooperatives and creating better quality of life for the people.
वर्कर्स कोऑपरेटिव्स खासकर इसके ऊपर फिर से एक बार नई बहस और नई समझ की ज़रूरत है। इस दृष्टिकोण से रोजा लक्समबर्ग स्टिफ्टुंग ने इस कार्यक्रम में शरीक होने का फैसला लिया और एक्शनएड इंडिया के साथ जो केरला इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ लोकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के साथ कोलैबोरेट करके इस कार्यक्रम को परिणाम दे रहे हैं।
The participants include grassroots workers, practitioners and knowledge activists who want to deepen their engagement in processes of collectivization and cooperatives.
Our office works with fishing communities across Loktak and Kumlen area. We have been struggling to how to move ahead in building a cooperative, a fishing cooperative. We heard a lot about the Kerala model, so I want to take this experience, take this knowledge to the lake and impart this to the fishers.
इस वर्कशॉप से सीख के जाएंगे तो जो चुनौती हमारे सामने आ रही है कोऑपरेटिव को बनाने में, या जो हम लोगों ने संगठन बनाए हैं उनको कैसे आज की दौर में रोजगार से जोड़ सकते हैं। जो सफाई कर्मचारी का बैन हुआ है मैनहोल में जाना, वो पिटीशन भी मैंने ही फाइल किया था। तो कहीं ना कहीं काम की स्थिति होती है, काम छूटता है उनका और काम मशीनों के द्वारा होगा। तो हम लोग प्रयास कर रहे हैं कि कोऑपरेटिव के द्वारा इनको मशीनें सफाई कर्मचारियों को मिले।
एसएचजी को लेके, जिसमें 6000 महिलाएं मेरे साथ जुड़ी हुई हैं। स्व सहायता समूह में मैं काम करती हूँ। हमारे समूह की महिलाएं मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करती हैं। बेसिकली हमें मार्केट नहीं मिलता, गवर्नमेंट तो बहुत कुछ कह रही है पर गवर्नमेंट कोई मदद नहीं करती। उनको कैसे और आगे बड़ा काम कोऑपरेट उसमें मतलब कर सकें हम काम, इसलिए हम सीखने के लिए आए हैं।
The workshop adapted a hybrid approach of classroom interactions and field exposure visits to the successful cooperatives in Kerala.
It was necessary that we go there, talk to the senior leadership of Uralungal and Dinesh Bedi, see their presentations and see their work, and directly come to know of them from their own leadership and the workers who are members of those cooperatives. That was the idea behind this field trip.
let's try to understand how the cooperatives have been successful, what is cooperative all about, how it can be successful. It is spanning a whole set of subjects, beginning from the situation of the labor to what and how we can form the cooperatives and how we can sustain the cooperatives.
सोच भी नहीं सकते थे कि ये कोई कोऑपरेटिव जो है, कुछ लोग जो है जो समाज से कटे हुए, जो समाज के पिछड़े हुए वर्ग से लोग हैं, वो चाहे मज़दूर हों, महिलाएं हों, वो शेड्यूल कास्ट ओबीसी के लोग हों, आपस में जुड़ करके इस सेक्टर के साथ, इस कोऑपरेटिव सोच के साथ जुड़ करके इतनी ऊंचाइयों को छू सकते हैं। तो हम यहाँ से जो अनुभव सीखेंगे, जो कैसे मार्जिनलाइज्ड पॉपुलेशन को जोड़ करके एक छोटे से संसाधन में और उनको जो है उनके जीवन को स्थिति को बेहतर बनाने में, उनकी आर्थिक स्थिति को बेहतर बनाने में उसका हम इस्तेमाल करने की कोशिश करेंगे।
I am really happy that I can learn some new things, how to revive and how to work and how to grow this shareholder, share capital, and how to work with the bank, how to work with the government departments. I will work in our state.
ఇప్పుడున్న కోఆపరేటివ్స్ ఇక్కడ ఇంత సక్సెస్ అవ్వడానికి కారణం ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ ఉన్న లీడర్షిప్ క్వాలిటీస్ అంత స్టాండర్డ్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి అన్ని కోఆపరేటివ్స్ అంత పవర్ఫుల్గా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాయి. సో కాబట్టి మనం కూడా అంత ఈ లీడర్షిప్ క్వాలిటీస్ని అక్కడ అప్లై చేసి మనం ఏదైతే అనుకుంటున్నామో దాంట్లో రిజల్ట్ ఖచ్చితంగా మేము చూపిస్తామని అయితే అనిపిస్తుంది.
Till now, like we have learned that, I've learned that a cooperative not only renders service to its members, but also to the community at large. It touches, it transforms lives in a broader spectrum by helping out even the community people at large.
The first thing I learned about the history of the cooperative movement and the ideology within that context, how the cooperatives were formed, was very enlightening, and it should be a people's need rather than a top-down approach, which we find it very prominent in our places.